I would say, if I was ranking it, Gabe, I would say that he will wrestle again. There's no doubt he will wrestle again.
I'm with you there.
I'm taking it off the board. But I believe that if out of these three things that are likely, he shows up at Full Gear.
See, I go the other way. I don't think we see him again. I think what we've seen on social media has just been a troll job from him. Like, he is literally going to hijack the next 2 weekends of wrestling, because at Full Gear, whenever the devil is revealed, everyone's like, oh, that's not CM Punk. At Survivor Series, when that fifth man's unveiled, it's like, oh, that's not CM Punk. And he's not going to be at either of them. And I think because of that, we've seen him share things. There's some superhero things where everyone's like, oh, this means he's forgiving people. There's also the one he shared this week of him as the devil, and it was an old WWE video. So read into that any way you want. Did that mean AEW? Did that mean WWE? I think he's just being a troll. He's being a dick. He's good at that. I don't think we see him wrestle again.
I think he wrestles again. I think he's gotten the wrestling bug again. And to me, as unlikely as it seems for him to go back to AEW, and I think it's unlikely he shows up anywhere this weekend, by the way. I think that's unlikely. But CM Punk never wrestling again does not cross my mind. Like, who actually walked away from professional wrestling and stayed away?
Who's
like of consequence? I'm not talking about Ryback, right? Like, I'm talking about people of consequence.
Tito Santana. I mean, you want a real name? I mean,
there you go.
When he was done, we haven't seen Tino in 20 years.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe a fan fest here and there, but like as far as getting back, there's a name, Tito Santana.
Yeah,
Brett was gone for a while because Bill Goldberg heard him. Just ask him. Like, I feel like he was gone for a while after that.
You don't even have to ask him; he'll just let you know. But so that's the point. Like, the guys that actually stay away are so few and far between, and I think that he legitimately got that wrestling bug and wants to be a part of it. And I wonder if part of him wants his legacy to be what it was in AEW. And I wonder if he goes back to AEW, because AEW, if we're making all these, if in my mind, CM Punk is going to wrestle again, and it's going to be for one of the major companies. So I've got to make some ends meet in certain places. WWE doesn't need CM Punk. Like, CM Punk would certainly provide a little bit of a boost to them, but WWE has proven time and time again, they don't need any one wrestler. They're just a big machine, as CM Punk once famously pointed out in a promo. But AEW, I could convince myself that the folks over at Warner Brothers Discovery go, hey, some of these ratings are just lagging a little bit. If you want the maximum amount of money from us in this television contract, you got to bump up these ratings. And there's one guy out there as a free agent, and I know we're going to be talking about free agent signings later since Tony decided to tease it. There's one free agent signing out there that can actually boost ratings, and it's still CM Punk.